smoothie, there's lots of options again for a base. The alternative milks are wonderful, whether it's almond milk, hemp milk, coconut milk, what am I missing here? Rice milk. It can be any of the above. You can make them from home, some of them you can make from home, such as almond or the seed-based milks. Or you could buy some of the packaged ones that are available now. Some are better than others. Just again, be a conscious consumer. Take a look at the, not so much, I don't care about the panel of numbers, I care about the ingredients. So take a look, seeing what the sweetener is, if there's oils in it. Try and get the unsweetened. Try and get things that don't have a lot of oil in it. Sometimes it's canola or safflower or sunflower oil in the rice milk or the almond milk. So just, again, be aware. There's some good ones out there, but they're not all great. I'm going to use water, and then I'm going to throw some hemp seeds in there. So I'm making fresh hemp milk, which is the easiest milk to make at home because you don't need to think about soaking it beforehand. You don't need to worry about the hemp seeds. They'll blend right up and right in there. So I'm going to blend those up right into my blender. Quick question?
Yeah, just, is that ratio, if you were just to make 2,000 is your usual ratio 3 tablespoons to 2 cups?
More or less. More or less. That's just kind of a gauge. That's on the lower end. I would usually do about 1/4 cup.
For 2 cups?
For 2 cups? Yeah. So you can thin it out as much as you want. You can add more in. That is specific because I'm putting other things in it and making it more into a smoothie, and there's chia seeds and other sources of fat going in there. But if you were just making a straight up hemp milk that you want to keep in your fridge for 3-4 days to pour in your cereal or use for other things, about 1/4 cup to 1 to 2 cups of water. Okay? So I'm going to put in...
So you do a little bit less of something like hemp seeds than you would almonds?
Yeah, the almonds, you need a cup of almonds to make 4 cups of water. Okay, so I'm going to put in my hemp seeds. Have you guys tried hemp seeds? Is it new to anybody here? Anyone not know what they are, never had them before?
Why is it called soft?
Just, you know, when they're hemp hearts like this, they are soft, so it's just the way they're marketing them, yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to add a little bit of sweetener to it. How many of you guys have used coconut nectar? It's kind of the new go-to sweetener. It's replacing agave because it is low glycemic and it's really just a good quality sweetener. The only downfall of it is the way it pours. But it's really great, so I'm going to put about a tablespoon in there. Takes about a second to go in and takes about a second to come out. More than a second. You'll see. So when I stop, I have to cut it. It's so stringy. So it's low glycemic. It's delicious. You can have it on pancakes. You can have it on cereal. You can put it in a smoothie. It's a wonderful, wonderful sweetener. You can also use coconut sugar if you wanted to. Not so much for a smoothie. The nectar just goes really nicely in the blender. But it's a great new alternative low glycemic sweetener to get into the habit of using. Okay, so I'm going to blend this up as my base, just so you can see what fresh made hemp milk looks like. It's a wobbly table. 30 seconds to a minute, more or less. So once it's done, I've got this, and I could pour this into a mason jar and keep this for the week as my milk for the week. So you've got fresh homemade milk. So if you are in a pinch and you realize, oh no, I don't have any milk for my smoothie, you just know now that you can do this up in 2 seconds.
How long does it keep in the fridge?
About 3-4 days, the very most, yeah. When it's fresh and there's no preservatives, almond milk and hemp milk will let you know when they're rancid.
You don't have to strain it?
You don't have to strain it. No, that's the other benefit of hemp milk. You don't have to strain it. Almond milk, if I was blending this up, if I'd soaked my almonds overnight, put it with liquid and did that up right now, I would put it through a nut milk bag or a cheesecloth and strain it unless I really liked a lot of texture in my milk. Some people do. Not me. So that's my base. Then I'm going to move along here and add in some frozen banana.
Marni,
Yep.
the almond milk you're saying you make, so it doesn't blend it completely. Right? You have to put it through a strainer.
Yes.
Yeah, that's interesting because I thought even with the Vitamix, they don't have a Vitamix, but I thought that.
You're always, almond has a lot of fiber in it. It's, yeah. Some people don't mind it, but it's not the nicest texture. Okay, so I'm putting in some banana and some ice. Okay. that in there. All right, carrying on. I've got some goji berries. So these are soaked goji berries. I've just soaked them because when they're soaked, they're a lot more squishy and delicious, and they blend up in the blender really nicely and give your smoothie that really nice gelatinous kind of goopy consistency, which is yummy. How many of you guys put goji berries in a smoothie? Yeah, really good. Take advantage of it. So there's a couple tablespoons of goji berries here. See how they're spongy and soft? Just over, you can soak them for as little as 10 minutes to overnight. So some gojis, some cacao, dark chocolate beans, pure dark chocolate. So definitely I've got the gritty form, and I've also got the powder. Same thing, just two different ways to have them. Have you guys had cacao beans and cacao powder? Yeah, and it's called cacao for a reason. It's not cocoa. It's spelled wrong. Cacao is raw chocolate, cocoa is cooked chocolate. So just be mindful of that.
And almonds you have to soak overnight?
Yes.
Better.
Yeah. So I'm going to put a couple of tablespoons of cocoa in there. This is a chocolate smoothie, so we're going a little chocolatey here. I've got some chia seeds. How many of you guys use chia seeds? Do you know what they're good for? Hands up.
Omega-3 and fiber.
Yep. What else? Protein. Yeah, so they're omegas, they're a healthy source of fat, soluble fiber, they're really good for moving things along in the digestive tract, and they also, if you've ever made a chia breakfast cereal, you can soak them with some liquid and make a delicious porridge, or like a breakfast bowl, put all this stuff, you can do this all inside of the base of a chia cereal, but they're also great in a smoothie too. The Vitamix will blend them up, so I've got a couple tablespoons in there. Then I have some coconut oil. So this is my good, healthy, one of my other healthy fats in here. Have you guys used coconut oil? Yeah, good. A little bit of coconut oil. Have you guys put coconut oil in a smoothie? No. Never? That's great. Okay, so what else am I missing here? I am missing my greens. So when it comes to putting greens in a smoothie, of course, a handful of spinach, chard, kale, collards, dandelion, whatever it might be, can go in. Also, you can get a hold of powdered greens for the times that you don't have greens on hand, or if it's in the middle of the winter, or whatever it is. This is concentrated, high-quality greens powder. There's some good green powders out there. There's not some good green powders out there. The Ormus Super Greens happens to be a really good greens powder. It's electrically charged. It's got this this magnetic charge to it, so when you actually consume it, you can feel it doing things in your body, whereas a lot of them are dead and heat treated and have fillers and other things in them. So this happens to be a really, really good one.
Are you able to say a couple of others that you suggest?
Amazing Grass is good too. Vitamin Mineral Greens is also a good one. It's more expensive, but it's very good. So I'm gonna put, it's got a little bit of a minty flavor to it too, so it's really nice. It's just so fresh, and you can have this first thing in the morning in some water. Another way to start your day. Whoa, it's got some powder in the mouth. It's so powerful. This stuff is really good.
And how long will it last in the fridge, Jen?
It will last in the fridge for quite a while. If you seal it up tight, all you need is a teaspoon a day, and it goes a really, really long way. So for protein, I'm all about putting good quality protein into your smoothie because you need to take advantage of it. It's all going in the blender, so you want to get the good stuff in. So there's a lot of plant-based protein powders. There's a lot that aren't so great, and there's some that are great. And Somewhere happens to be one of the ones that is great because it's raw, it's sprouted, it's vegan, and it's delicious. How many of you guys have used it? How many of you guys have heard of it but never tasted it? Yeah, it's becoming more and more popular. It's making its way more into more stores, so it's becoming more available because it's as fine and as thin as a whey protein powder, which a lot of people are still hooked on and think that's the ultimate way to consume protein, but it's not. It's from an animal source. It's inflammatory. It's acidic, and over time, again, you're still taking something away from an animal and processing it down to something fine, and then we're putting it into our human body. It's just not a good match, and especially we're looking long term. So when it's, and you feel better philosophically about putting something from a plant-based source into your body, it just feels right. So I'm going to put in a little bit of protein. protein in here. Scooper's in there. It's delicious. Okay, so we've got that. It doesn't look so pretty on the top, but and now I'm going to blend. To taste and make sure it's delicious. Look at the color of that though. It's a nice kind of pinky brownish color. It's delicious. Any questions about that?